Hello my friends, this is part 3 and the final video on the work that we're doing for O'Brien Ornamental Ironwork in Minnesota. And at some point in this video, you will see the final product already mounted and in place. Beautiful work, just stick around for that. So we have at this point almost finished with the Acanthus sleeves. I still had some detail work I had to do on those to get the fit right. And this is where this video pretty much takes off. We're going to go into the little rosettes, which we're going to have to mass produce because we were only given one of them. And we're going to start off by knock it off. Might have to do this inside. We're going to start off by pouring a rubber mold around the existing casting, and then we're going to make resin models off of that, and then from there we will make iron parts. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. This is the final one on this job, and we will... So I hope you enjoy this video. This is the third and final part of that as we move on to other jobs. So I got a water cooler. I bought this off Facebook Marketplace for 50 bucks. I have another one, but it needs some work done on it. This one doesn't, and it's got ice water. Now I don't have to buy these huge cases of water and put them in the fridge just to have that, because I was consuming a case easily in a week, if not more. This has really been nice, and I want to thank my buddy Eddie for coming out and helping me get this all hooked up. Yep, 50 bucks well spent. We're going to have to use the bell howl here on the first part of this till my camera battery charges back up. So this is my casting area for the resin, and I have already made the silicon, the rubber mold last night, and it's kind of hard to do this with one hand. This is the actual pattern that was sent, and these are the resin cast pieces, and that way we're only doing this in one big mold. And as I showed earlier, we made this rubber mold with the original piece, and I'm going to break it out, and we're going to mix up one more, and that'll complete the set. And they leave a residual on the surface. I don't know why. I always try to wipe them off. But anyway, this is what the rubber mold looks like, and this is the final product. I use a balance beam because I can get a lot better repeatability out of it. A digital scale just doesn't work. So this is an A and a B mixture, and I'm gonna I overshot that, didn't I? That's okay. Since I did, we'll go ahead and dial it, and we're going to balance this out. It's actually a little too much resin. Alright, so as long as we put equal parts of the other mixture in the other cup, we're going to be good. I got it right on there. And from here, I just mix the two together, and I go 20 times, and I have to hold these level as I pour into the other one, because there is a, you've got to try to get this stuff mixed thoroughly. That's 2, 4, 6, 18, 20, and it's getting warm now, so that means it's time to pour this stuff in there. And I forgot, I mixed just a little more than I needed in this one, so that's plenty. And you'll see it cloud up here in just a second. And there we go. Your thicker areas always cloud up first, and then it works its way out to the thinnest areas last. A job like this, we'll be able to use a pre-made runner. I need a longer runner, guys. Let's see here. So that'll work. So what I'm doing here, I'm just spacing these out with this runner. We'll use that, but that's going to be in the coat. We're going to ram up the drag first, but I'm using this just to kind of evenly keep them lined up, and at the same time give me about a 1/4 inch of distance between the runner and the actual casting, and that 1/4 inch will be the length of the gate going into each casting. Just to make sure we nail this right the first time, I'm going to put a open riser on it, because we want to fill this thing fast, and at the same time we want to catch any crap that could be in here. So at this point, this is coming out. We're going to put our finest facing sand down, and I'm going to go ahead and bring my box over and centralize it about right there. Keith called a while ago, and looks like we're going on another road trip. This time we're going to the East Coast and not the West Coast. I'm looking forward to that, and Josie is too. I had him on speakerphone as he was telling me about his plan, and I said, well, you know, I really need to talk to my wife about this. And I didn't get that out of my mouth good, and here she comes around the corner waving bye to me. She's very supportive of this for some reason. My clay content right now is on the high side, which means permeability is not the best. My molds do not breathe as well as they should, but they are an excellent binding solution. I've got some basal cells that they had to remove and do a biopsy on yesterday, so I look pretty rough. With that said, they're going to want to remove more of me, so they're not done carving on me yet. So it might be at least a month before my pretty face is visible again. And if they end up having to cut too much off of me, I may as well go in for a facelift. Why not? So I passed an interesting contraption on 13 a while ago. Someone had taken a go-kart, cut the portion of the seat and the front wheels off of it, and welded on a tricycle front end. Going up and down 13 on that thing. That's something like I would have done it one time. Alright. Let's see if we can do this without losing any of them, and we did. And I got to cut the fan off again. Well, yeah, that'll work. And what I'll do is I'll punch my sprue right here, or here, it don't matter. I got the rudder, the trap, and I'm ready to go with this now. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is comments. I don't mind comments, that's why I leave them open. But on the first part of this video on the Acanthus leaves, one individual made the comment that I need to take and saw this up, saw the flower off, and then cast each half, and then braze the whole thing back together. Guys, you realize if I were to do something like that, instead of just sticking with casting it like it's supposed to be done, if I were to have to break this down and do all that and then braze the pieces back together, I would be charging at least 6 times what I'm charging for this now. The customer, if they wanted brazed castings, they would have just took their broken ones, brazed them back, and skipped me altogether. No, they want a good quality casting just like the originals. The other comment is shrinkage. Yes, shrinkage is a factor when it comes to large castings. This is not a large casting. There is shrink to it, but you're not going to be able to see it. There's no way you're going to be able to look at this and tell it's smaller than the original casting. Especially on architectural components like this, it doesn't matter. Now, if it was a part that had to be machined, if you're only going to be machining 100 thousandths off a part on your first operation, and you got a 2 or 3 foot part, then you multiply 1/8 of an inch times 2 or 3 feet, and that's how much more you have to make that pattern in order to make up for the cleanup on the first cut. So yes, shrinkage matters on the size of the castings and the purpose of them, right? This, the only thing I have to worry about is getting that core size right. We'll cut this, cut the horn basin. So we're ready to cut the basin and put this one together and pour it. I am gonna, if I didn't say, I've got some straight edges I've got to make up too. So I'm gonna knock that out first. And I'm gonna put a very deep well on this. I don't want any trash getting in here. Alright. Well, these turned out looking alright, and I wish these had been as fast and as simple to do as those. This job's finally finished. Now I'm going to go ahead and get it packed up and get it out of here. For those who have been asking about the Windy Hill Foundry hats, these are now available on my website, windyhillfoundry.com, under stores, or you can click on the above link. These are on the pricey side, but keep in mind the shipping is included. Have a good day.